Hi, this is Nicola Italiano from R&D Nester, and in this video I'm going to guide you through the demonstration of the circuit breaker asset management service of the first use case of Pilot 1 of the I-NERGY project. The service, available at this link in the AI for EU Assets catalog, includes a set of AI-based analytics for power system fault analysis and predictive maintenance for circuit breakers, predicting the optimal time of operation before the next maintenance action is required. To get started, it is first needed to request credential to the R&D Nester's contact indicated here below. Then, by clicking on this link, you will be directed to the homepage, which includes a brief description of the I-NERGY project and of its use case 1. Then the service is also described in detail and broken down into the fault analysis pipeline and the asset management database. The former is a fully automated algorithm able to analyze pre-processed contract data of a given event in the power system, identifying whether it represented a fault, classifying the type of fault occurred, detecting whether the circuit breaker tripped or not, extracting incident statistics, and finally predicting the remaining useful life of the asset. All the above information is then stored into the asset management database, which collects all the processed events and groups them by asset. As we will see later, the database leverages traffic light labels for an effective visualization of the status of each asset that is considered to have anomalous operation whenever the fault elimination time exceeds the threshold indicated in the table. After logging in, we can get started. We can start, for instance, from the fault analysis pipeline. By clicking here, we will be able to upload a preprocessed concrete files, namely a CSV file containing the oscillography signals of currents and voltages, and a JSON file containing metadata of the event. I can also decide whether I want to add the event to the database or not. As an example, I'm uploading an event simulating a three-phase fault in the Portuguese transmission grid. As you can see, the algorithm correctly identifies the event as a fault of type three-phase 3P and detects the activation of the circuit breaker in all the three phases. It also reports some information such as the rated voltage of the breaker, the detection and elimination time of the fault, the maximum short circuit current recorded, and the I2T, namely the thermal stress that the asset withstood. The endpoint provides as well visualization of the current and voltage signals of the event, segmented into the period pre, during, and post-fault. After processing the historical events and adding them to the database, you'll be able to visualize them in the asset management database. Here, each line corresponds to a circuit breaker, and each color to its estimated status, which is predicted through a Fibel failure probability function. The data collected in the table includes the rated voltage, the most recent elimination time, the number of trips of the circuit breaker, then the number of trips in which the opening time was outside the operational limits, the age of the asset, and the predictive period time before a maintenance action is recommended, unless the maintenance action is recommended. The traffic lights labels provide a prompt visualization of the asset status, which can also be analyzed for past dates. I can put here, for example, January 22, and can also be modified by tuning the failure probability threshold, which is the failure probability that triggered the maintenance action. Then, by clicking on each asset, I will be able to visualize all the previous historical events. And as you can see, they present the event date and also the information that were shown before. and also the possibility to retrieve the original contract file. The lines are colored in red whenever the elimination time exceeded the threshold. Finally, by clicking on a specific event, it is possible once again to visualize the analytic signals of the currents and the voltages. Thanks for your attention. This was the Circuit Breaker Asset Management Service of the I-NERGY project. Feel free to contact R&D Nestor for any clarification or if you're willing to test or use the service.